Good day, Badgers. One Angry Pagan here. So, I've spent the last few days trying to figure out, past week or so, trying to figure out exactly where my thoughts lie on this. And then, after Starmer's speech a couple of days ago, I took a decision. I have resigned my membership of the Labour Party. So, why? I resigned my membership of the Labour Party because I can't be associated with with that rhetoric. I can't. The issue for me is that, for me, like my red line was going to be on the environment when it came to Labour, but this just they keep pushing. It kept pushing and kept pushing. I was like, no. The environment's my red line, my green line. I'm sticking to that. But then the speech after from Starmer about migration, I just went, no, enough. So, yeah. However, what this does not mean is that I'm not going to suddenly become some fucking vile reform voter, and I'm not going to become a Green Party voter either. I am still going to remain a Lib Dem tactical voter. It's just I am currently politically homeless when it comes to political parties. I am thoroughly frustrated by Labour. Now, again, one of the other things this doesn't mean is that I'm not against some of the legislation that's coming forward. The employers' rights, the renters' rights bill, and the other stuff coming forward to do with the environment. This is good stuff coming forward. But, like, these social policies to do with immigration and dropping trans people like a brick, no, I'm not with it. And quite frankly, I don't know at this point where to go, or if I should just remain a floating voter. If that makes sense. I don't want my vote to mean fuck all is the problem. And in a first past the post system, my main goal is to keep out both the Tories and refuck. That's my main goal when it comes to our elections, unless our electoral system changes. So until then, my vote will remain, as long as they are the tactical vote in this area, Liberal Democrat. But it's just, for me, going back to basics. My allegiance has always been first and foremost to the environment, to biodiversity. That's my allegiance. For me, being a Labour Party member was me seeing the Labour Party as the best vehicle to push that. And in many ways, I still think they are. But I can't put up with that, with that kind of messaging from Labour about immigration. We come from immigration. We are a product. Our whole culture is a product of immigration. I want to do now is where I see progressive MPs, push them, whether it's Labour Party, the Green MPs, or Liberal Democrats, or the SNP, or Plaid Cymru. So long as they have got access to media and do have some sort of real voice in the country. Because that's the other thing. I'm not just going to go voting for the Social Democrats or what, Democratic Socialist Party or whatever. Like, for me, it's too important to get purist about my ideology. And if I have to vote tactically Liberal Democrat, then I will. But whilst I support Labour's environment policies, for the most part, and whilst I support the biodiversity policies, I do not support this migration, this anti-immigration bent. I do not support the way they've gone with trans rights. And I do not support what they've done with benefits. For these 3 reasons, I have resigned my membership of the Labour Party. I'm still going to be bloody interested. I'm still going to be really interested in the ins and outs and what's going on. And if I feel like there is a swing towards the better, I could very well rejoin the Labour Party. I will give my support to the Labour Party if I feel it's necessary, but I'm not allegiant to it. I'm not subservient to the party. I never have been subservient to the party, but I no longer hold direct allegiance to the Labour Party. It's a fucking shame. But this is where we are. This is where we are, Badgers, you know. Let me know what you guys think. I know some out there are going to be like, oh, I told you Labour were bad all along. They're not all bad. I am not an absolutist. I keep having to tell people this. I'm not an absolutist in my philosophy, my core philosophy. I'm not an absolutist. This means that when it comes to supporting the Labour Party, I didn't get into the Labour Party. Whilst Corbyn, woke me up, I wasn't just purely into the Labour Party because of Corbyn. Once I get into something, I do my research. I learn about the stuff, So, and I also have a practical mind. So I saw that the Labour Party was the best vehicle for change, for effectively getting any kind of good change in this country. That's what I mean by being a non-absolutist. I'm not nuance is important. So let me know what you guys think. This is going to be a frustrating ride for the next 4 years, Badgers. So yeah. Blessed be. My sword at your service. My shield at your backs. Freaks love and blessings, Badgers. Bye bye.